Добар ден, почитувани гледачи. Ја следите 334-та емисија на македонско издание, а денеска е 31 мај 2014 година. На самиот почеток порака од нашиот спонзор. За да набавите возило со врвен квалитет по поволни финансиски услови, јавете се кај дениот Nissan Wildel на телефон 905-881-3900. Денешнава емисија започнуваме со снимениот материјал од веќе традиционалниот настан што Националниот етнички прес и медија Совет на Канада го организира по повод денот на независното новинарство. Како што најавивме во минатата емисија, и овој пат беа поканети голем број на политичари од провинцијско и градско ниво. Да проследиме дел од овој настан.
Premier, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'll preface my remarks by bringing a greeting to the Council of the City of Toronto. And in these remarks, I'm joined by Councillor Stintz. I wish to convey to you their best wishes for a very successful event this evening in our distinguished City Hall. Well, as someone who has more than a passing interest in history, I think I can say that it's a reasonable statement of fact that you cannot have a democratic society or a democratic form of government without a free press. And I'm pleased to be here from that perspective and to join with others in honoring that principle and that principle in practice here in the province of Ontario and in the government of the City of Toronto. I have a plaque that I wish to give to my good friend Tom Saris, and I want to read it in part, give you a précis. In proclaiming Freedom of Information Week from May 5th to the 11th, 2014, this plaque states that Freedom of Information Week is an opportunity for citizens to join with media professionals around the world to honor their work and to remember the sacrifices that members of the media have made while doing their jobs. This week also seeks to raise an awareness of the violations of press freedom that occur in countries around the world where journalists, editors, and publishers are harassed, detained, attacked, and killed in trying to perform their work-related duties. During Freedom of Information Week, an exhibition will be held at Toronto City Hall to celebrate the freedom of the press in Canada and showcase the National Ethnic Press and Media Council's members' publications. So it's my great pride and pleasure to declare as Deputy Mayor of the City of Toronto and on behalf of Toronto City Council, May 5th to 11th, 2014, Freedom of Information Week in the City of Toronto. And Tom, it's my pleasure to present it to an old friend and distinguished member of the media, Tom Saris.
It's truly my honor and pleasure to be here for the third year in a row since being elected to bring greetings on behalf of not just myself, but the almost 140,000 residents of Scarborough Rouge River, a community which is almost more than 90% people who are born or people who are of what we are told ethnic heritage, who are people who are of a heritage or a descent where they're not traditionally Canadian. And every time I walk into somebody's home, I hear one of your radio stations on, one of your TV stations on, and one of your newspapers or magazines on a coffee table when I'm speaking to neighbors and residents in my community. So thank you for the work that you're doing. It's you who are making sure that the voices of Canadians, the messages of politicians and businesses and organizations are actually reaching members in our community. So, Mr. Saris, I have a challenge for you. You call yourself Canada's Other Voices. I think you have to say the voices of Canada. not just the other voices. Recall, you're not the other voices, you are the main voices, because it's you who are the voices that the majority of the people are hearing and listening to and reading.
Tom and I known each other for many, many years. I was 14 at the time. Tom was a younger man. Tom was also a very good-looking man. And his wife made sure that our family kept a lid on him. Seeing Tom grow younger over the years and his wife ever more beautiful over the years. The man has a heart problem, but I don't know where he finds the energy. A little slouched. I'm not going to tell how old you are, Tom. You're not a day over 29, your wife's 28. And yes, it is an ethnic press national secret. And it's an energizing bunny with batteries in it that still goes. The ethnic press, like my colleague said, it is not Canada's other voices. It is Canada's voices. Because it doesn't matter what we do, it doesn't matter what we state. Our mothers, and I'm talking about those of us that are first-generation immigrants, moms and dads can hardly speak any English. My mom is the only left parent that I have. Every time she opens the Greek TV, always watching. So if I say something wrong or I say something right, I get one phone call. Love you. Or the other call is. So for that, I thank you. I thank you for being there for us. But there's more things that we have to do. For many, many years, I keep saying that the other voices need to be at the table when it comes to giving advertising. Madam Premier, I have to tell you, government after government has been a dismal failure when it comes to giving ads to the advertisers. They'll spend thousands of dollars, even millions of dollars, mainstream press. When it comes to you, they'll give you $250 and they turn around and say, I want an ad, or I want an editorial.
Not even
Prime
that.
example, Jason Kenney.
Not even that.
They spent, when C-10 was coming down the pipelines about the new immigration rules, something like about $250,000 to the ethnic press. They spend millions of dollars to the press. And when I asked them in the committee, give us the figures, I was given false information. And when I challenged them, they turned around and gave us the right information. I cannot forget, they gave $250 to an African newspaper. And they demanded a full page, and they demanded an editorial saying how good we were. If that's the way government officials treat the ethnic press, it's a real shame. They deserve nothing else but the same treatment as the rest of the media. They deserve nothing else than respect. And that's not only during election. That is every single year, every event.
Повторно следува порака од нашиот спонзор. За да набавите возило со врвен квалитет по поволни финансиски услови, јавите се кај Дени од Nissan Wildel на телефон 905-881-3900. А сега во продолжение да проследиме една музичка номера. Позирно следува порака од нашиот спонзор за да набавите возило со врвен квалитет по поволни финансиски услови. Јавете се кај Дени од Nissan Wildel на телефонот 905 881 3900. Инаку, во понеделникот на 26. мај годинава, повторно во организација на Националниот прес и медија совет на Канада, се одржа дебата помеѓу кандидатите за градоначалник на Торонто, од која ви пренесуваме и сечоци.
Very much, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having us here this evening. I have talked throughout the campaign that I've been waging since February about making sure that Toronto is a livable, affordable, and functional city going forward. And when I talk about livable, I focus, as we have tonight, a lot on public transit, because I think if there's one thing we can be doing that is going to make the city more livable in the go-forward period as quickly as we possibly can is to take action on public transit. It's having a negative impact on business, it's having a negative impact on the environment, but what I found out when I was the head of Civic Action, and we actually asked people about the things that they would do if they had some extra time available to them, is that they said, actually the top answer was people said they'd like to get more sleep, but the second answer had all to do with families. And when we talk about families, the one thing we could probably do that is going to make one of the biggest contributions to family life in Toronto is to make the city more livable by getting on with the Scarborough subway. It is not the time now to reignite that debate, reopen that debate, get all the governments sitting with the possibility of pulling out of these projects or just having endless discussion. It's something that's been agreed to by all three governments, it's been funded by all three governments, and we should proceed. A relief line, similarly, is a priority, not eventually, not down the road 17 years, but as soon as possible. Secondly, affordable. That means keeping taxes low, keeping property taxes to the rate of inflation below, and working on jobs, attracting jobs and investment to Toronto, which I think is one of the principal assignments of any mayor. And finally, identifying opportunities to make the government more efficient, to eliminate waste. We've talked tonight about culture that's said in there. And then finally, functional. Work with the council, work with other governments, work with business and labor, and fix some of those bad habits that have set in that we talked about earlier, which I think are affecting a livable and affordable city. I believe that I have the skills and the experience to put those to work to create that livable, affordable, and functional city, to work with others to get results. Because that's at the end of the day how people judge their government. Do you behave properly? Yes. But do you get results for them? That's what they're really looking for. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Sarah.
Thank you. I just want to thank the National Press, Ethnic Press, and Media Council of Canada for putting this on tonight. I want to take you on my vision for Toronto. I am calling for a $25 billion plan to put LRT and subway underground for our people, paid for with tolls on the 905. It's a big vision. I see a city that plants trees properly so they can grow to maturity and line our boulevards. A city with complete streets, safe, physically separated bike lanes, and beautiful natural waterfront. I see a city with 10% affordable housing in all new developments, where the pockets of poverty are broken up. My vision is for a city with beautiful buildings and communities with local food production, community markets, music and arts festivals, and small businesses that succeed because of our planning creates activity around them. My vision is for a Toronto not caught in political inaction, not filled with gridlock, but a city that listens to its people and delivers what they want. I am Sarah Thompson. I am an advocate for change. Please support me to become mayor of Toronto.
Thank you very much. Karen.
Thank you very much for tonight. It was a pleasure to be able to talk with media from all the ethnic communities that make up our great city, and to be here tonight and to have a dialogue, I think is serving the people of Toronto well, so I want to thank you very much for that. I also want to pick up where my friend John left off when he talked about skills, experience, and results. Because I agree, that's what you need to be a mayor. You need skills, experience, and results. And I don't think I have those things. I know I have them. I have the skills because I can make decisions. I've been making them for the last 11 years. I have the experience on council. I've been elected 3 times. I've worked with my colleagues to get decisions made, and I have a track record of success. I supported the mayor on the things that I thought made fiscal sense, and yet I stood up to him when I didn't think he had a transit plan. And when I think about results, when we talk about results, I have demonstrated results. Rob Ford did not have a transit plan. Today, we have a transit plan, and it's because I brought that plan to council. And when we needed to alter that plan, we altered that plan. And now we have a fully funded transit plan, And I am the only candidate that will defend that plan and make sure that it gets built the way it's funded. I am the only candidate that has a funded transportation plan for the next 15 years that will actually fund the city's portion of the downtown relief line. I agree with Mr. Tory. You need a mayor with skills, experience, and results, and I have them all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Irwin.
Thank you very much for putting on this wonderful format. Really quite excited and pleased about this, and I'm surprised as well. But it's great to be here and have this opportunity for some dialogue. Earlier I showed the results that I've accomplished over my lifetime, some of my results. And that's what I'm all about. It's about getting the results. And I was able to do that by working with communities, by raising millions of dollars for charity. And the only way you can do that, you put a team together to do that. You've got to be able to have people that share that vision. If you don't have a vision, then it's sporadic and you're going all over the place. So it's very, very important to have a vision and for the city and take a look at the things that you can do to make the city more prosperous, more mobile, more social, and more ecological. So that's what I'm looking at. So I basically want to bring this $20.2 billion plan, $3 billion for prosperity, making sure that we bring the tourism and businesses and have companies that actually will create jobs in the city, as well as a $15 billion plan for the transit. And like Sarah, I'm mostly underground, but there are places where we probably get away from above ground, but certainly get rid of some of the street cars and the congestion that causes. And also you're looking at a $1.2 billion social plan.
Michael.
I'm delighted to be here. This is the first debate I'm at, and I'm looking forward for more debates in the next 5 months. And I thank my colleagues for a very challenging debate. I want to pick up where Rob Ford left off in 2010. Right after he was elected, he basically betrayed all those who voted for him, the Ford Nation. People really believe in his authenticity and the fact that he will do what he said. The only thing that he did was indiscriminately cut 10% of everything, which is true he did, but that was not a very smart idea. So what I want to do is, I want to stop the gravy train that is still running. Rob Ford did not do that. He failed to do that. I will continue the cost-cutting program that Rob Ford said he will do, but in a smart way, not indiscriminate. And thirdly, I would keep the taxes low. I know that Torontonians really care about this thing. So read my lips, no tax increases, property tax increases, and I will eliminate the land transfer tax. Meanwhile, I will bring to the city $5 billion. If you don't believe me, I'm an accountant. Read my website. $5 billion to the city of Toronto without increasing taxes. This is good. This is the money that I bring on the table to fund ambitious plans to repair the infrastructure. I'm a strong supporter of burying transit because we need space above the ground for families, parks, recreation, more pedestrian walks. We need the transit underground because it's freaking cold in February in Toronto. And transit is better underground. I'm a strong supporter of the repairing all the roads in the city, and I commit to give the Torontonians PTC for free for 3 years so we can get that job done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I do want to extend also a moment of gratitude. I'll just say thank you for being present. It's a true honor to be sitting here on the panel with these visionaries and people who care and who go out into segments of the city and inspire people to get involved. I absolutely am concerned about the people who are going to be left behind in this election. The people who are not feeling engaged and those who do not believe that their voice matters. We are providing the citizens of the city of Toronto a campaign where they know that they're going to vote for a fighter, someone who's going to remain consistent and unbiased with their support to every person that calls Toronto home. For those on Twitter who actually commented about some of the things that I care for, one is developing Toronto to being the #1 exporter in culture, and that's entertainment. That is where a lot of my experience comes from, and we have untapped revenue streams in entertainment and creating jobs and really, honestly, putting Toronto on the map in contention with other places around the world.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Tony. And to all your members, the National Ethnic Press and Media Council. It was great meeting all of you again at World Press Freedom Day. It's great to talk to you again and have a dialogue. You and your audience reflect our city, diverse, engaged, energetic, and looking for change. This is a wonderful city, a city we love, but it needs renewal after one of the strangest episodes of municipal government in the history of this city. I am running for mayor because I have the hands-on experience that we need. I have 14 years of city government. It's nice to be back in this building. And I have the right priorities, like putting children at the heart of our city, promoting jobs, making sure that young people can find jobs now, not 8 years from now. It's too long to wait. We need to support our small businesses and promote jobs. We need to return to a plan for transit designed by experts that will make the real difference, and put shovels in the ground now, not ask residents in Scarborough to wait another 4 years. We need a new mayor, a real mayor, working with you for a better city. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to connect with you. Let's work together to create a better city.
Thank you very much. Morgan?
Again, I'd like to thank everyone for having us all here. It's a great honor, and for asking such thoughtful questions. It's really important that the media does a great job at reporting this election. I'm still here because youth matter, and I believe that a city that is digital, global, and green will help the young people of this city continue to move forward and be able to live here. I've had a few invites to John Choi's birthday party so far, and I'd like to see invites from all of the candidates at this table to more debates. I want to see youth issues stand at this stage over and over and over again purposefully, and not just as a second thought about youth jobs and youth unemployment, because those numbers are shock numbers. So thank you, and please remember that young people are a part of this election, and don't download your problems onto us.
Thank you very much.
Повторно следува порака од нашиот спонзор. За да набавите возило со врвен квалитет по поволни финансиски услови, јавете се кај Дени од Nissan Wheeldale на телефонот 905-881-3900. И во денешнава емисија имаме неколку информации. Како што знаете, веќе почитувани гледачи, црквата Свети Климент Охридски е во завршна фаза на реновирање. Управата на црквата по тој повод организира добротворен банкет на кој се очекува да се соберат средства за довршување на овој значаен проект. Банкетот ќе се одржи следната сабота на 7 јуни годинава во големата банкетна сала на истата црква. За карти кои што ќе чинат $100, јавете се во црквата на 416-421-7451. 72-иот отворен голф турнир во организација на канадското македонско место ќе се одржи на 6 јули годинава во Кардинал голф клубот, кој што се наоѓа на Давис Драйв, источно од Highway 400. За онлайн регистрација одете на www.macedonianopen.com. За професионално и поволно дизајнирање на веб-сајтови побарајте ги TJ Hosting на 647-547-3061. на самиот крај повторна порака од нашиот спонзор. За да набавите возило со врвен квалитет по поволни финансиски услови, јавете се кај Дени од Nissan u оддел на телефон 905-881-3900. Ете, почитувани гледачи, тоа е се што подготвивме за оваа 334-та емисија на македонско издание. Ви благодарам што одлучивте дел од ова попладне да го поминете со нас. До следната наша емисија, пријатно и довидување.